April 16th, 1746 AD, the Battle of Culloden. On April 16th, 1746, the British army defeated the Jacobite rebels at the Battle of Culloden. The English victory effectively ended the uprising. The Jacobites were led by Bonnie Prince Charlie, better known as Charles Stuart, aka the Young Pretender. He arrived in Scotland on July 23, 1745, to reclaim the English crown for his father, the Old Pretender, James Stuart, whose father, James II, fled England after abdicating his throne and fleeing to France in 1688. The Bonnie Prince would gather an army of disgruntled Highlanders along with French and Irish mercenaries of 6,000 strong and begin their invasion of England on November 8, 1745, when they crossed the Scottish border into northern England. Much of the Jacobites' early success came from Lord George Murray, whose brilliant battle tactics and strategies won them several battles, but as they got further into England, his advice was beginning to be ignored and dismissed by the Bonnie Prince. Murray felt that he was no more than a reckless adventurer and quipped if he slept during the invasion, he would have woken up in London wearing the crown. Charles mostly listened to his Irish-French military officer, Sir John O'Sullivan, who often clashed with Lord Murray over battlefield tactics. Murray wanted to fight in more guerrilla style, considering the soldiers that he had to work with, while Sullivan's strategy was more of an open field traditional combat. The Jacobite army reached Derby on December 4, 1745, but had to retreat due to their supply line being stretched too thin, along with a large British army commanded by William, the Duke of Cumberland, that was marching towards Scotland. For the next several months, the British army and the Jacobites played a game of cat and mouse with one another before deciding to settle their differences on the field of battle. John O'Sullivan convinced the Bonnie Prince Charlie to fight the British on the field of Culloden, outside the city of Inverness. The battle was fought on a sloppy field due to it raining and snowing hours earlier, making it difficult to march across or ride horses in. The Highland army, however, was no match for the vastly superior British army in open field battle. After being hammered by artillery fire for several minutes, the Jacobites charged but were beaten back by the grape-shot artillery used by the British. The Jacobites tried to use the Highland charge, a shock tactic used when soldiers would charge, fire their weapons, and use their swords in an en masse attack wave in large numbers, but it failed against the British soldiers who were using their bayonets to fend off the Jacobites. The battle lasted for an hour, and it was a total defeat for the Jacobite army, which started out 5,000 strong, but ended it with over 2,000 casualties. The survivors fled the battlefield in a hasty, unorganized retreat. The Jacobite army retreated and dispersed into different parts of Scotland. Many fled for the Highlands, and others sought safety in the nearby city of Inverness. The next day, about a couple of thousand Jacobites led by Lord Murray gathered at the Ruthven barracks in the Highlands, waiting for orders from the Bonnie Prince Charlie. Murray wanted to continue fighting the British because he knew that they were all in a no-win situation because they were all going to be imprisoned or executed. Murray wanted to wage a guerrilla war against the English by drawing them into the Highlands. The Bonnie Prince, who had no further use of the Highlanders, said, "Let every man seek his own safety in the best way he can." After celebrating the British victory at the Battle of Culloden, William, the Duke of Cumberland, would earn the nickname Butcher Bill due to his cruel and deadly reprisals he dealt to all those involved with the Jacobite uprising of 1745.